Hello! Hi! How are y'all doing? I have a cat on my riser right now. She is very silly. It is me indeed. It is de moi. Et moi. But anyway, so today is not a typical writing Wednesday. I'm not writing an actual chapter for my story or anything. Instead, I am trying to map out characters for, the chapters. Because, I probably need to do that eventually. Hi, Max. But first, I must tap the butt of the cat and hope that she does not try to disturb me as I'm writing. But yeah. Is what I'm doing today. So I'm going to save this before I do anything. Oh. So I'm going to start these off with some categories. And this is basically just the I'm just making concepts for these characters here. What are you doing? What are you doing, Mags? She is being very silly. But when is she never silly? But she's my silly little girl. It's just torty behavior. But I forgot to do the mandatory announcement thing. And pin. Manually unpin at end of stream. And basically that is just so y'all know that I might not be as talkative in this stream as I am usually in my other streams, because I have to actively use my brain to think of words, and I can't really talk at the same time. I have to do one. I can only do one thing or the other thing. However, y'all are invited to think of potential names for some of these characters. And yeah. So I'm also probably going to be scouring through who the chapters I've already written. What are you looking at, Mags? What are you looking at? You're very stiffy. Should I try and set up the cat cam? I'm gonna try and set up the cat cam. Yeah, you're gonna be observed by chat. First, I gotta go into studio mode. So, Alright. And here is the Maggie Moog. And y'all can see my hand as I give her some squinch. She's usually the kind of kitty that just goes, no paparazzi. She doesn't really like being photographed or filmed. What are you doing? What are you trying to do? Cat cam indeed! Cat cam is back! Sort of. Kinda. I have no idea what you want. 'Cause you are silly. But yes, cat cam is live. Alright. So... What is she trying to do? What are you doing? What are you trying to do? You're iffy. Squeak. What? She squeaked. How what? So... along with this, I'm going to be opening up some of the older documents. And this is kind of like mostly so I can remember any names mentioned. All right. Mhm. Hey, Max. She's just looking at me. My little oopoo baby. What is she trying to do? I'm trying to play with wires. Being very silly. You're a silly girl. Playing with wires. You're silly. She's one very silly little oopoo. Little oopoo baby. Alright. So... I'm going to get Leaf out of the way as well.
Hello there.
Well, hello, Superstar Sean on Arnold. That was a follower goal met! Well then. Indeed. New goal started. But hello. I am Sketty. I'm a Dragon Fairy VTuber. Though I do not. My design does not mess with the demon allegations. Just go celebration! Oh god. In the air. Well, as long as it's the kind that, you know, you shoot and it leads to, like, streamers or a flag. Or, like, just water. I don't know. Get shot by a bullet as it comes down. Yeah, indeed. Yes, I am Skelly. I'm a Dragon Fairy VTuber. I do a lot of writing, drawing, and gaming. And I have a cat. I actually have 8. This is just one of them. Her name is Magda. She's like 4. She's like 4.5. But yeah. To kind of like, you probably noticed the pinned comment. So, basically to explain it, I can usually only really do like either writing or talking like I can only do either of them. I can't do them at the same time. And I usually tend to yap. You do writing streams as well? Ayy! That's cool. But yeah. Because of that, I am usually not that talkative during these streams. So hopefully y'all can consider this a relatively chill day. Now I'm going to change these to 16 points. As these are, you know, kind of like captions. Or like titles. You quit a job? Oof. Yeah. I'm kind of like writing down some characters and like a basic description of who they are. Yesterday? Oof. So now I need to there is yelled at him. I'd never work with him again. Oof. So today's been surprisingly chill, even though you don't have a lot to do. Yeah. Hopefully you're able to get a new job with a better employer. So I actually have a few that I have but I can probably like start off with the protagonist. Just gotta... It was just some freelance work, but the guy would not accommodate very basic life improvements that would cost him nothing but with some kind of power trip he was on. Ah, yes. I see. So, this is the protagonist. Her name is Patchouli, and the story is called Patchouli's Revenge. So, basically, she is in her 20s. Like the art? Yeah. And basically, here her main thing is that she is technically a runaway. Her mother was like very emotionally and neglectful and abusive. And eventually, with the help of her older sister, she ran away to the Skull Church. And basically just changed her whole name to reflect that. And basically, she is a minister. And she is kind of like some kind of like deity, powerful spirit thing. I haven't fully figured it out yet. But basically, after an incident involving someone trying to crash a wedding and her having to use her powers to like contain them, and so that the police could apprehend them since they were trespassing, she was accidentally seen by someone who was one of the little sisters of one of the characters in the main cast. A few weeks after that, she ends up meeting two people who are part of an agency. And to describe the agency, they kind of like investigate paranormal circumstances and like paranormal events, and often try to understand them. Like, for example, if they are like some kind of spirit, if they try to understand the spirit. In X-Files, I never really watched that, so X-Files type thing. I suppose I never watched the X-Files, so I don't know fully. But yeah, they basically offer her a job in the agency, and Patchouli was planning on trying to find her sister, her like around this time, so she considered this like the best opportunity she has to try and find her older sister. And yeah, it's about FBI agents that's investigating paranormal phenomenon. Yeah. So kind of like that. In fact, I have like all of the chapters mapped out. First, let me save this. So basically, and there's a lot of sister plot in that show. Well then. But yeah. This story doesn't really involve aliens. Like, at all. Mostly, like, creatures of mythology. Main character's sister was abducted by aliens. Ooh. Yeah, this story is mostly... It doesn't really involve aliens. And mostly... And there's, like, magic and vampires and ghosts and all that stuff. Yeah. But pretty much, the story involves like Patchouli investigating some paranormal stuff while trying to find her sister at the same time. Eventually, she ends up finding her sister. Well, technically not finding her, realizing that she's known her sister for... She actually has been meeting her sister regularly for several months, but neither of them made the connection, and that they were siblings. Because both of them were going by different names than, you know, what that they knew each other as. Twist indeed. But that happens, like, later on. And there's also, matricide. But, yeah. So... Basically, I'm currently figuring out, like, the names for... Some of the characters I'm trying to name, and others I'm trying to figure out their personalities. So, yeah. And who do I need to name? Well, there's like a few characters I have names for already, but there's others that I have yet to name, but I've literally been using Fire Emblem to just figure Fire Emblem characters to like figure out what to name them. And coming up with names is hard. You hate it? Yeah, it can be pretty hard if you like have no idea what you're doing. At least for me, I sometimes have like some idea. And luckily for the story I'm writing right now, yeah, this character in a story from us, he's like an elf, and you know what, you've been calling him Jeff the Elf? Ooh. So, I actually have a bit of a naming convention for Patchouli's Revenge. So the characters are named after species of plants and flowers. Like Patchouli, for example, is named after the patchouli flower, which is known for its like earthy smell. Also, Magda has moved, so no more cat cam, sorry y'all. Not great, but it can be a little comedic. Or like relatable. But basically, my main naming convention for the characters here are either their names are connected to plants, or they are named after Fire Emblem characters. Sometimes I do both at the same time. Like, for example, Patchouli's last name is Gimle, and that is the Japanese name of Garima in Fire Emblem Awakening. You don't know this Fire Emblem? It's basically it's an RPG made by Nintendo. And basically it's a tactical RPG. Like, you have turns for... You have several characters that you have as units, and they are all in their different they have different classes, like Berserkers or Myrmidons or something like that. Oh, Mario's dad! Yup! But basically, Fire Emblem is like a tactical RPG. Like a strategy game at its core. With a bunch of anime characters. It's actually a pretty old franchise. Hold on, I'm going to try and find a wiki page. If there's... yes. Wikipedia. Coming in clutch. Behold! A resource for you. So... You are going to go... Oh, screw, pretend you only know Nintendo from back when they made just cards. Actually, I know something about that. I think the cards were like very popular with the Yakuza. And that kind of like helped Nintendo end up becoming the gaming giant they are today. So, according to Wikipedia, Fire Emblem is a Japanese fantasy tactical role-playing game franchise developed by Intelligent Systems and published by Nintendo. First produced and published for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1990, the series currently consists of 17 core entries and 5 spin-offs. The core gameplay revolves around discrete battles between the player's team of characters and an enemy and enemy non-player characters across grid-based maps. The player and enemy each take turns moving their characters across the map and having them perform combat-based actions. The games also features a story and characters similar to traditional role-playing in video games, and occasionally social simulation aspects as well. A notable aspect of gameplay is the permanent death of characters in battle, rendering them unusable upon being defeated. Though this aspect of the game can be turned off starting from Fire Emblem the Mystery of the Emblem onwards. So Nintendo is actually a company that was founded in the 1800s. Yeah, I know that. 17th century. But yeah, that's kind of like... They have like over 1,000 characters, or like hundreds of characters at this point. And I've been using some of those characters to like name the characters in here as well. Because of, the naming convention I have. If they're not like named after some kind of like plant or flower, they're named after a Fire Emblem character. Alright. So... Fennel, who is like one of the protagonists of the story, he has 4 little siblings. He's the oldest of them. 2 of them are twins. And 2 of them are, like around middle school and elementary school aged. So I currently have 3 out of his 4 siblings. Then I have to figure out a name for his last sibling. And then I need to name his parents. Also, I have some of his other relatives, like including some cousins. So... Here's a lot of the Fire Emblem characters. You got distracted by reading the history. Yeah, I got distracted. You got distracted by reading the history of Nintendo. I would too. Alright. We didn't know what was saving it initially was that they started producing Disney playing cards for Japan. Interesting. But yeah. So there's a character I have yet to name. So I need to give him a surname, but this is gonna be Patchouli and Dahlia's dad. He has a bit of lore to him. This is a man who is just so divorced. He just wants his kids back. He just wants to talk to his daughters again. He wants to be a father again. But he is a cat dad. So, still kind of a dad. And he's kind of like a father figure to all of the people in the Lightborn Round Table. Okay. So I probably need to figure out their ages too. I know that based on the age gap between my twin cousins and their little brother, I might go with like a 6 to 7 year age gap between these two and Shauna. And yes, I'm adding this for no real reason. In fact, there is one reason. The reason is soup. That is the only reason. The reason is soup. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So yeah. And I'm probably going to have to research some Filipino names for the Manalo family. I'm not fully sure if I am, though. Because I think I might be able to, like... Alright. So... So... I probably need to look over all the characters I have unlocked in Fire Emblem Heroes. In order to, like, pick out, you know, some of the names. So... Alright. Also, I'm probably going to go on an intermission in like 10 minutes. So that I can, like, kind of recuperate. You know. From, you know, everything. But yeah. Mhm. Oops. I'm gonna save. But yeah. After the intermission, I will return. Mhm. But yeah. This is what I do. I do thing. I do a thing. I do a many things. Just an awful lot of things. So yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to name him after one of my favorite characters in Fire Emblem Three Houses, Cloud. Oh wow. Oh what? Mhm. I probably need to figure out what Claude's job is probably gonna be. Hmm. And yes, I'm literally writing Lisa as she's in elementary school. And she also likes soup. Like all kinds of soup. She just likes soup. She could eat it every day. Because there's many kinds of soup. Hmm. I'm going to save this as well. So I don't lose any progress. That would be bad. Ah, yes. Congestion. When am I never congested? Mm. I can breathe. I can breathe. So, catalog of heroes. I'm probably gonna, for the sister-in-laws, for Lily's sister-in-law, I'm probably going to name her after a more dark-skinned character. Because I plan on her being like a little more dark-skinned. But this is partially because a lot of the characters that I have already are very much white. And I'm just thinking, I should probably bounce that out. And probably have like characters that are more like Southeast Asian coded in terms of appearance. A lot of these characters are pretty pale. Oh. There's Nalia. who is from Radiant Dawn. And she's relatively darker skinned. And I'll name her that. But yeah, I kind of want to... For some of these characters, I want to, like... make them, I want to have some of the characters look a little more unique. And I feel like changing up the skin tones for some of them, like making them darker skinned, is probably like a good way to go with making them look visually look apart a little more. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Alright. I'm actually going to go do an intermission now. So... And I'll be back in a few minutes. Awa. Amok. My nose feels a little itchy. Yeah. I did my intermission. And I refilled the water in my room for my cats. Since one, it was kind of low, and two, it was kind of out there for a few days and had a piece of food in it. It was probably about time that I swapped out the water. I might need to get one of those automatic feeders. Because Mags, would that be a good idea? Nice little blink heel. Y'all couldn't see it, but I was just with my cat who is literally like behind me. I was just shaking her whale paw. Cause she's a cute little girl. What's that? Oh. She's going goblin mode on my hand. You're silly. You're the silliest. Also, like, yesterday, I think, she was, like, demanding attention from me. She was just like, I want attention. You must give me attention, or else I will bite your fingers. She is biting my fingers right now, even. She's so silly. But anyway, I am going to look over all of my characters. There's of course one name, like a few names that I refuse to give any of my characters. Some of it is due to, you know, having a relative close to me that has that name. Actually, that's kind of just the only reason. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So... And yes, I am referencing Tumblr here. And... Hmm. And now I must figure out the parents' names. Hmm. 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 Who do I name you after? Mm-hmm. Who do I name you after? Hmm. What to name you? Hmm. Hmm. Pineapple. I thought that there was a cat banging on the door. But there was not. What? Alright. Now to figure out a personality for Pappenheim. I can't believe I made that typo. God damn it. At least I fixed it when I realized it very quickly. Also, I might rename him to Keaton. Or just try and give him some kind of German name. Hmm. What to do? Let me check. Catalog of heroes. I'm not sure. Who to name you after? I do not know. I think I'll name you Vanessa for now. So, save. So, I'm actually going to open up the chapter ideas. Basically, these are all of the chapters that I have planned out for the story. And basically, this is how, you know, the story is meant to kind of go. So right now, all of the chapters here have been written, and I have to post these two before I think of doing the chapters here. And these are all the chapters for the arc that I have to write next. There's 4 of them. And then there is this arc, which is the one I'm doing next. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chapters here. So this is right now the longest arc. Partially because it's setting up a lot of stuff. Like, it gets dark very quickly. And then this is, so this is like the same amount of chapters as the second arc. The first and second one. I might add a few more, like maybe split some into parts. Like what I did with, you know, these 2 chapters. So I plan on having the chapters being like, at the very most, like, probably like a few thousand words. I think this is, so like, each chapter is probably going to be at the maximum about 4,000 words. Like, and that is, for anyone wondering, that is pretty short. Yeah, it is pretty short. However, there is one thing y'all need to consider, is that every single chapter is going to have at the very least 1 drawing in them, since this is a light novel. And because of that, the chapters are going to appear longer. Like 10 or 12 pages sometimes. That, and depending on which typeface I choose, who's for the, you know, whatever font I choose to publish these in, the chapters may appear longer given, depending on the size of the typeface. Like, depending on the one I choose, because, for example, if I go up here, if I go here and for example, if I change this to my favorite font, that is Alice, you can see that this changes. The sentence becomes longer. And basically, like, depending on what typeface I choose, the chapters might appear longer and take up more pages, you know, in comparison. However, that is, you know, something I need to figure out eventually. I need to figure out what typeface I plan on using. Probably one that is like open source or like free to use. Like, honestly, I've been kind of just using Google Fonts for some of these, and of course, y'all probably could tell, but currently the chapters are in the native, the default typeface of the software, which is Liberation Serif, which I believe is the typeface exclusively made for LibreOffice. So, yeah. That is currently the typeface I'm using. Mostly because it's the default and I don't really feel like changing it yet. Because it kind of looks good already. But I do know that eventually I will have to change my typeface to one that kind of like is more suited to, you know, the story. I might need to go look at Google Fonts again. But I know I could possibly make my own typeface, but that is gonna take a while. And I don't really feel like doing that at all. It's just not something I want to do. I don't really want to bother with making my own typeface. Because then I have to make it in bold and italics. And I might need to consider like other languages and stuff too. Because my goal for her Patchouli's Revenge is to eventually have it published in some other languages other than English. Like, there's one of the languages I want to translate this story into is Icelandic. Like a bunch of, you know, Scandinavian languages. And those have some special characters that I will likely need to, if I am to make my own typeface, I have to design all of those. And that doesn't even count all of the different alphabets. Like, if I am to translate the story into Arabic, I have to make all of the characters in Arabic, like in my own typeface. And then there is, of course, you know, Thai. There's Korean, you know, the Hangul alphabet. I have to, if I am to translate this into Japanese, I'm going to have to figure out which characters I need to draw for, you know, the story. Like, which kanji do I need to draw for, you know, the story. And, like, I probably need to figure out which ones I can, like, try and at least do the amount of characters that are necessary. And like try not to go overboard. In fact, I'm not sure if I am to like make my own typeface for any of these. I'm probably just only going to do it for the Roman alphabet. And maybe the Greek alphabet. It's just gonna take a while. And in fact, I'm probably going to try and pick a typeface that has as many languages compatible with it as possible. So that I don't have to figure out, like, if I have to pick new typefaces for each language that I have to translate to, if they like use a certain alphabet, like, you know, Cyrillic, I probably need to like figure it out. In fact, we can't probably like do that right now. Like, just do a side quest of like looking at, you know, Google Fonts. So I'm going to have that out. Alright. I did not mean to stretch that out. How did I crop this? Did I use Control? Alt? Oh, okay, yeah, it was Alt. Sorry, I'm just doing this. I probably should have, like, gone to studio mode. But, yeah. So apparently there's, like, a bunch of feelings for this, too. So I'm probably going to go with, like, calm. So distressed. Monospace. So a lot of this is, this is sans serif. So all of these fonts on Google Fonts are open source. So basically, these are a lot of the glyphs that are for the font. These are all the Latin ones in uppercase and lowercase. Then all the ones in Cyrillic. And numbers. Common Latin. Punctuation. And currency symbols. And this is all of the languages it supports. Wait, why is Italian here? And why is English here? They're considered Oceania languages? And these are just all of the languages in the Americas. There's a lot! And somehow, Russian is in here. But there is also Jamaican Creole. And there's probably Navajo in here. There's Sequoia, Guarani, Seri, Siona, Wayu, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, Hindustani, Chachi, Aymara, Arapaho, and also African languages, like Zulu. Hi, you're officially losing your mind because of Wuthering Heights. I never played Wuthering Heights, but hopefully you are able to survive. So I checked adaptations of the book and saw High School AU, Medieval Japan AU, Jukebox MTV Special, Musical AU, 3 telenovelas, an actual musical. Oh god, that's a lot. But yeah, I'm kind of like, should you go on? Yes. What the hell? I'm looking at typefaces, or as most of y'all know them, fonts. But I need to understand. Yeah, I'm just trying to find one that, you know, is compatible with the most languages as possible. Imagine characters of Wuthering Heights as anime characters. But in high school. Yeah. Yeah. So... Not anime. Yeah. But in high school. I've never actually... Victorian England Times book, but high schoolers. So... I think this typeface might be the best one I can use. Oh, you are talking about Wuthering Heights. Oh, I didn't realize. Apologies about that. Yeah. I'm kind of just looking over a bunch of some of the typefaces, and try and find the ones that have like the most compatible languages. And based on what I could tell, in terms of all the serif languages, this one is the one that is compatible with the most. Now, all I need to do is try and find one that is, you know, the most the sans serif one that has the most, like a similar amount. So I'm going to the glyphs over here. So this is basically so this doesn't have any with Japanese. So I might have, if I ever want to translate my book into Japanese, I'll have to find another font. Luckily I have a few. But Poppins is one that has a lot of languages. Then there is Roboto. I have no idea what that language is. Nodo-san's Wancho. Oh, it's designed for text in the Indic Wancho script. Ah. Language support, Sanskrit, Wancho, and Wancho Naga. You know what? I think I'm gonna worry about that later. Because that is a lot of typefaces. And honestly, I do not want to email my typography professor after like 2 years of here since I was in her class. That would be a little weird. I would just having a student from this several semesters ago, like reaching out, being like, hey, I'm writing a book. Do you have any advice for typefaces? So, yeah. The main thing I'm kind of doing right now is that I am trying to give them names and, like, a basic description. And I'm also kind of, like, looking through some of my older documents, like, all of the chapters that I currently have written down. Kind of just to figure out, like, everything. So, yeah. And I'm kind of just like looking through all of the, you know, chapters here that I can, you know, figure out all of the characters I have named that I feel are somewhat significant into the story and might, you know, appear more than once. So, So, this is basically just me trying to figure out, like, names and stuff for some of the characters. And I probably need to... $12. I need to write down the names of all the main cast. So, these characters are basically the ones the story kind of like centers around. And I wanted to kind of like have their, you know, descriptions written down as well, so that I can get them out of the way. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm. All right. Hmm. So I'm probably going to do an intermission in a little bit. Hit 2. I'm also going to in 16 point. Hmm. All right. Hmm. All right. So I'm probably going to have to open up the... No, not an untitled document. To prevent a ruined wedding. So... Alright. I'm probably gonna, like... Alright. And, alright. So that is the end of that background music. I'm going to go do my intermission. And I shall return. Why? So, I grabbed myself some food to kind of like have like during my intermission. So, we're gonna have to put that out because I don't know about y'all, but chewing noises make me go insane. So, I'm gonna have myself muted while I eat my cheese puffs. I will eventually start yapping again, but first I must consume. Wait, no. Alright, I'm done with my food. Hmm. So, I'm going to probably continue writing some of these characters. As it is, you know, Wednesday. I want to try and at least get some of these, part of this done. At least for the characters in the second arc that are showing up. So I'm also trying to get the protagonists and the main cast out of the way. And here we go. Alright. Yes. How are you doing today, Ali? I hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy your sketching. You're enjoying your sketching indeed? Glad you are. You've been playing Helldivers recently too? I've heard about that game. Like some of the controversy over it required like, you know, PlayStation an account, even if you play it on Steam, leading to it being inaccessible to many places that don't allow for those accounts to be made. Yeah, I did join the SMP. I still have yet to download the mod pack though. I probably need to go do that eventually. But there is some stuff I need to do as well. Like, there's some files of my old VODs that I need to compress. Those are going to take a while. That and I kind of need to remake my Minecraft skin to kind of like better reflect my. Haven't you have the my mod pack but haven't played yet? I'm not sure. I do have some things to do. Like, I have to work on my model mostly. That's like the main thing. Luckily, I'm almost done with the face. Last night I was doing the eyebrows. But we can play together if you want to. It's just that I need to figure out a good time. And when yeah. You think you should make pocket skin just for the SMP? Yeah. That could be a good idea. I also need to do some of the character profiles for some of these characters. Like, I have them for Patchouli, Fennel, and Dahlia. Yeah, they could share a base. Yeah. I like building too. It's also one of the few things I'm good at. What? So now I'm going to do Osmanthus. Mm-hmm. One. Mm. Alright. Noble. Mm. So I'm almost done writing the mapping out, kind of like vaguely mapping out all of the main cast. Right now, I need to figure out like some names for other characters, mostly for the Lightborn Roundtable, well, and the LPIA agent and members. That and maybe some of the clergy, the school church. And now Fennel. Also, for Linnea, I want to try and have some like African influences on her since she is, you know, a black character. I wanted to try and have some of those influences on her. But I know for me, I might just end up going on a bit of a rabbit hole. Unfortunately, I have things I have to do. A lot of it being, you know, my 2.0 stuff. Hmm. And those are all the protagonists, all the main cast. I'm going to change the alignment for some of these. Like, at least for the titles. And now I'm going to go look through Fire Emblem Heroes. Again. I'm just going to scroll through. Alright. So... Alright. And mostly just giving names to characters. So I can like get that done. And there we go. So that is currently everything. So I'm mostly like trying to give names to characters. Like for some of this, I'm just trying to give them names. And for those who, you know, some of these characters show up in later arcs and are right now don't need to be developed all that much right now until the chapters that they show up are going to be written. And because of that, some of these characters have names, but no description. And right now these are 3 whole pages. And for some of these, I'm probably going to like do a page break. Like, especially, like for the Light-Worn Round Table, especially. So, I'm going to increase the line spacing. And page break over here. Page break. And of course, I will eventually like add a few more categories. Probably like gonna have one that says dead on arrival, which is basically just the characters who died before the beginning, before the story begins. Like, I'm not gonna spoil it too much. Alright. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to go do an intermission because I need to use the bathroom kind of bad. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. That took a bit. So... yeah. I'm going to start working on some more uncategorized characters. And also... oh, probably some LPIA characters. So... mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the characters I'm doing right now are... right now... uncategorized. Eventually, when I figure out where to possibly place them, I'll, cut and paste the names to where they are gonna go. There's already an Erica. And yes, I'm literally just naming these characters after Fire Emblem characters. Go ahead and fight me about it. Alright. Mm-hmm. And, of course, all of the... I'm going to do a page break for the uncategorized characters as well. So... I think I can put Selena or Selena over here. Hmm. Hmm. So, I think I can put Peony as a member of the LPIA. Alright. So... Mhm. Oh, I forgot to turn that off. Also, I hold on. Can you all see the amount of characters I have? Hold on, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. So, I, just... Behold! Behold! The number of Satan! The devil's number. 6,666. I know it's just 666, but let me be funny. I just want to be funny a little bit. Hi, Maggie. Meow, 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 meow. I just thought that was a little funny, and I just wanted to preserve that moment. And... Cordelia can go into the LPIA. Alright. And Roderick can also go into the Lightborn Roundtable. Hmm. So, pretty much all the characters here in the Lightborn Roundtable are, from the realm of deities. Or they are some other kind of paranormal creature. So, yeah. I hear Dogo's barking. They go Björk. Björk. So, I don't know how long I'll be streaming, because I'm within like the last hour of my usual streaming time. I could probably like try and make some other names. So I think I'll try and look over some of my older stories. Wait, no, not older stories, the older chapters. Oh, there's an Agnes. I forgot. Shit. Is there even... And did I even have... There is no Agatha in here. Hmm... So, do I have an appearance set for Agnes? So... Actually, I just switch Agnes to Agatha. So find and replace Agnes and replace all. Now let me check. And there we go. Oh, what? So, and now the group that has the most characters, aside if you know the main cast, is the Lightborn Roundtable. Some of them need less names, especially Grima. But I can, of course, figure that out later. Now let's save this. And actually, let's center align. Save once more. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm probably going to end within like half an hour. And tomorrow we're going to be doing some art. I am going to figure out how to like do some of it, you know. I have to write down some of the things I plan on doing, which is probably going to comprise of kind of just a lot of debut prep stuff and, you know, stuff for like my 2.0. Also, there is a bit of a gag here. And that is Fennel literally being the only male, like being the only guy in the agency. Everyone else is like women or like something else. Like Fennel is just the only guy. It's probably just like a running gag. And I could just imagine in the bath, like if there's like a male bathroom, they just tape a piece of paper over it saying Fennel's bathroom. It would probably be a little funny. Alright. And there we go. Now it's just these two who need to be put into a category. And just let's you know, do that, or like add a few more characters and like give them descriptions and stuff. I might end stream. So yeah. So this is the main cast. The School Church Clergy, Pappenheim Family, the Linnea Paranormal Investigation and Agency, the Manalo Family, which is just Claude and now Pelia for now, the Lightboard Roundtable, and then Uncategorized. In fact, I think I'm gonna add this one down here. Alright. Save. Okay. Alright. So now I need to name the children. Of Micaiah. Alright. Thank you for the lyric, not a bot. I hope you have a good one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright. There's already a character with that name. Alright. And some of these descriptions are kind of basic right now. Just gotta stretch all out. Actually, hold on. And Naroshea. What to do with you? Alright. So, that is pretty much all of the character names I have and like sort of concepts for them too. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with Agnes just now. So, I have 20 minutes until 5. So, this is pretty much what I had planned for today. So, I think I'm probably just going to yap a bit about some of the ideas I have before, 4 hours hit and I am gonna have to end stream. So, basically, Lena is only really mentioned once, but it's because of, her being, a teacher at the local high school that had Patchouli attended, along with some of the other, some other characters like Osmanthus and Fennel. She teaches driver's ed. And then there is Agatha, who used to kind of be an interviewer, or someone who kind of reviews resumes and job applications. However, the main reason she joined the church is because that job left her really burned out after some time. And she kind of ended up joining the clergy to, have a fresh start right after the burnout. Helga is the leader of the church. She still goes by Sister Helga, as she, considers Mother as being a little awkward and intimidating. She also has mobility issues, and she often uses mobility aids like rollators and walkers to kind of go around. And other members of the clergy often help out with, all of her, daily duties. Agnes, I don't know what I'm gonna do with Agnes. That's not what I meant to do. And now there is the Pappenheim family. So the first one here is Leaf. Here's like the first one I kind of like figured out. So he is Fennel's younger brother. And is the third, and is like the middle child of the family. And is a younger twin. He used to be in his girl era, but now he is in his guy era. He is now a guy. Hi, Max. She's wondering what I'm yapping about. Whoop. Squinchy squinchies. Or the ooh baby. But yeah. He is currently medically transitioning and has been since Patchouli graduated in high school. And he is now in his final year of school. Hey, Max. And Blossom is his twin sister. And she is, like, very mischievous and, like, very silly. She's probably the kind of person who sends shitposts to her siblings and have them not understand it at all. And is most likely to have a Tumblr account if Tumblr existed in that world. Shauna is the second youngest and is currently she's like around 11 to 12. And she is kind of more low-key. She's a bit more reserved, but will often talk about weird things that she, sees. Which is partially why he caused Patchouli to end up being discovered by the LPIA. Because she ended up witnessing Patchouli using her powers. Then there is Lisa. She is the youngest and is in elementary school. Probably like 8 or 9 years old. She really likes soup. Those are like her only descriptions for now. Then, if we go down, there is Vanessa, who is the mother of all of these characters along with Fennel. She is the breadwinner of the family, though. So she's a lawyer. And because of that, she's often pretty busy. Like, often has weeks where she rarely ever has time to spend with her kids. And then there's Keaton, who is the dad. He is a stay-at-home father who does freelance work from time to time. And he's also a good cook and makes really good soup and other dishes. And is most likely where Lisa gets her love for soup. Then we have Nina Eisner, who is Fennel's older cousin and Vanessa's niece. And recently had a horrible few months of not leaving her house due to paranoia caused by the constant harassment from her mother-in-law. And then Roy Paula Eisner is Nina's fiance and eventual husband. And, is kind of like trying his best to get his mom to not harass as his fiance. But he couldn't really get that to happen, despite Nina also wanting a relationship with her mother-in-law. Then there is the LPIA members. Director Linnea is the founder of the agency. Nobody knows her first name, only her last name. And is considered the biggest enigma in the agency with wisdom centuries prior to her supposed age of, being middle-aged, in, her 50s or 40s. Peony is the lead scientist, often the one checking on samples gathered from areas where paranormal activity is claimed to occur. And, you know, the one who runs the most tests on everything. She is the one that Lily works for. Cordelia is one of the interrogators, and is skilled at figuring out what people are trying to describe using both the knowledge she has and the knowledge of other members that she, you know, knows. And then Katria is the HR lady. And despite her name starting with cat, she is a dog person. She just prefers dogs. That's the only reason. And then there's the Manalo family, which are Lily's family members. Claude is her older brother and is becoming a dad soon. His job allows him to work from home and provides parental leave. So he's been doing that ever since, you know, like the part of the, like, when, you know, after the first 2 trimesters of, you know, the pregnancy, because to, like, make sure that, you know, there was a high chance of the baby, you know, surviving. And he's very appreciative of his sister, Lily, and his sister-in-law, Dahlia, aka Lily's wife, for helping both of them out. And with, you know, all the preparations for, you know, the new baby. Nalia is Claude's wife, and is currently pregnant with her first child. Her and Claude's first child, if I should be more specific. And Lily and Dahlia have been helping her and Claude prepare for the baby over the past few months. Like, helping set up a future room for the baby. Because right now, Nalia plans on having the baby, you know, in the same room as her and Claude. Mostly so that it's easier for her to, you know, feed the baby when the baby is hungry. Micaiah is one of Lily's older sisters. She has 2 elementary school age kids, who are Nana and Oscar. Nana loves spooky things and mythology, and Oscar loves fashion and history, and often asks questions about history to people he meets. Then there is the Lightborn Round Table. There is Grima Necroma, the ex-husband of Narcissa, who is the leader of the realm. He was banished from pretty much all of the more developed parts of the realm, and is, like, has been planning for, like, the past 15 years to overthrow her, because he knows that she is, like, a tyrant. But he, you know, has his own doubts about replacing his ex-wife as the leader of the realm. Because he knows he is better suited to be a soldier and not, you know, a diplomat. Or anything along those lines. And he is the dad of Patchouli and Dahlia. And then there's Tatiana, who is one of Grima's advisors and trainer of most new members of the Lightborn Round Table. She often does the best that she can in order to guide the new members on their journey to becoming knights and stuff. Then there is Wrath, who is one of Grima's advisors and one of the tacticians. He's not the best with weapons and fighting, but he is very good at making good battle plans and improvising whenever things go wrong, which make him an invaluable asset. And Erica is a Valkyrie who basically self-appointed herself as Grandma's bodyguard. And, you know, is the caretaker for most of the youngest people who came to the Lightborn Roundtable for asylum. She raised Morgan and Hydrangea. And Soren is a paladin who specializes in large weapons. Her main duty is to cover large ground and, like, make sure nobody gets near, like, the back part. Morgan is one of the youngest recruits, joining at the same time as Hydrangea, due to the same circumstances. He views Grima as an uncle figure. Selena is the caretaker of the steeds of the Valkyries, and rarely goes to battle, but is considered quite bloodthirsty by Valkyrie standards. Roderick is another paladin for the Lightborn Roundtable. He doesn't really talk that much, but that's because he finds speaking for long periods of time painful. He mostly uses telepathy to communicate. And he's probably, like, autistic. And Roshea is one of the Valkyries. She loves flowers and often maintains the ones near the main base of the Lightborn Roundtable. And then the uncategorized Narcissa, who is the biological mother of Patchouli and Dahlia, leader of the realm and known tyrant. Like, she is so much of a tyrant that she basically forces her people to only wear certain colors of beige and browns and neutrals. Just what happens when a sad beige mom becomes a leader of the country. And Amelia Pala is Roy's mother, the mother-in-law who tried to crash the wedding to prevent a ruined wedding chapter, and tried to stab Patchouli. Now, she is in a psychiatric hospital. And that is all the characters I have written down. So, that is going to be the end of today's stream. I just wanted to take a few minutes to yap about the characters. So tomorrow, I believe, is going to be some art, and then we're going to be doing Cinderella Phenomenon. I'm partially dreading Cinderella Phenomenon, to be honest, because of my poor throat. But tomorrow, I plan on doing some, you know, drawing, like, mostly, like, figuring out how I'm going to do the pattern for my overlay for my 2.0. Basically just figure out what pattern I'm going to do. So, yeah. I will eventually figure that out. And, of course, I'm probably going to start working on the new starting soon and ending overlays as well, along with some new panels and emojis. But yeah, that is going to be it for me today. Hey, tomorrow is going to be some art. And yeah, I hope y'all have a good Wednesday. Or if it is currently Thursday for y'all already, I hope y'all have a good Thursday. I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. And I hope y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all!